Hello everyone, good evening. If you are around, right, because this is me testing in Zoom in YouTube for since very long time, so I'm not sure whether you are around. If you are around, right, please type in H for me, representing hello for me, right, so I can actually see your comment and all this thing. Oh, hello. Hi. Right. So please just type in so that I know that you guys are there. Because I'm not sure whether I'm lagging or not. So it will be helpful for you to actually interact with me. I can actually see your chats and all this thing. Right. Maybe you'll come in a little bit later. Right. So good evening and thank you very much to be with me in this Monday evening. Okay. Right. So let me just quickly share my screen first. Yeah. Okay. Right. So if in any case or any time you can't really hear me properly or you can't really see my screen, just let me know so that I can actually repeat the session again. Okay. Okay. Now, if you can actually see my screen, okay, if you can actually see my screen, right, please type in OK for me. Please type in OK for me. Right. I give it a little bit of time. Okay, so the title that I will be talking today will be AI stocks soar, meaning they went all-time high, or even if the current market is going all-time high, and the crypto slumps, right? Has the decoupling begun? Okay, right. This topic has been ongoing for the longest time, especially for this year itself. Okay. Let me just test it out on the current market situation. Okay, we know the current market is actually almost or close to the all-time high level. Okay, for most of the things. Okay, right. Can I actually ask without checking online? Okay, from last week's sentiment, do you think we are in a fearful zone, neutral zone, or in a bullish zone? Okay, please type in fearful, F for me for fearful, neutral for N, and bullish for B. For general market, not just for crypto, for general market. Okay, for general market, is it a fearful, neutral, or bullish? Okay, we have Terry saying it's fearful. Right, Sounder also saying it's fearful. Okay, right, fearful, most of the people. Okay, right, so let me just share with you the current market situation. Right, okay, so by looking at this chart, we are currently in the stock index, we are in the fearful zone. Okay, just slightly going into the fearful zone only. Okay, right, so we are actually very close to neutral, but just slightly going to the fearful zone only. Okay, if you notice last week, a lot of stocks actually have a strong pullback. Okay, why I say strong? Because they have been pumping up very strongly, and there's a huge red bar on Thursday and Friday. Okay, the red bar is not small, right? It's in the 2-digit percentage for certain stocks because they have been moving 3-digit for certain for a long time already. Okay, so in my opinion, we are actually in the fearful, slightly fearful or neutral zone. Okay, why? Okay, the question is always why. Because if you look at the results that all of the companies that are pulling out, okay, like Nvidia, Micron, most of the top 7 S&P 500, Meta, Google, Amazon, they are putting in very strong numbers. Okay, very strong numbers, and rightfully so. A lot of AI related, especially stocks, they actually pump up after the war situation. Okay, nobody talks about a war now. Okay, it is about the AI pump, and now people are fearful because of a stronger than expected job market. Okay, the job market came out last week stronger than expected, meaning the market was expecting a weaker or softer job market. However, it came out that in the market they are actually actively hiring. Okay, they are not as poor as what people think. Because if you look at the results, although people are like Meta is firing people, they are retrenching people. However, the job market is still very, very strong. Okay, it is contradicting to the market sentiment. That's why market is a little bit fearful that there is a potential of rate hike, meaning interest rate hike, instead of the interest rate reduction this year. Okay, with the market going stronger, meaning the market is actually very, very rich in cash, everyone is healthy and all this thing, there's a potential that there might be a increase of rates. Okay, with that meaning that our inflation is going higher and all these things that the market is very, very fearful. In my opinion, if you look at another chart, which is AI investor chart, if you look at this number, we are still quite in the middle of nowhere, meaning we are quite neutral. The bullishness and the bearishness is almost the same. And if you compare it to 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we are less fearful than the previous 2 weeks. Okay, so in my opinion, we are actually neutral. Okay, but I would expect the market to be if the market can grant a wish to me, I would wish that the market, especially for the traditional stock market, to pull back a little bit more, because the market actually has pumping quite a bit of percentage from the end of April until May kind of thing. Okay, so market has been quite bullish for 2 months in a row already. Okay, we are seeing gap up, and gap up. It is time for them to pull back a little bit. This will represent a healthier market for the longer term. Okay, this will represent the healthier market for the longer term. Right. So next up, if you look at this, okay, for market year-to-date sentiment. Okay, for market year-to-date sentiment, right? So for ETF in itself, you can see that S&P 500 is up, even despite the last week's drawdown, we are up by 8%. Okay, we are up by 8%. QQQ is up by 13%, right? QQQ means, if for those who don't know, this is technology ETF, top 100 ETF. Right, top 100 technology ETF, sorry. Then SMH will be semiconductor ETF, is up 54% this year alone. Of course, run by several AI stocks, or if you like, chip stocks, semiconductor stocks kind of thing. Okay, so market is confirmed. We are for sure we are in a bull market. It's just that we are currently having a pullback. How deep? Not sure. But it is better for us to have a deeper pullback before we actually climb higher, because this will represent a healthier market. Okay, AI stocks, right? AI stocks, if you look at it, representing AI stocks will be MU. Okay, will be MU, which is the Micron, which is they are actually up 190% just by year to date only. Just by year to date, they are up by 190%. Okay, right. So next up, you can see Intel. Okay, after Trump actually said that we want to support the local production, Intel actually pump up quite a bit since end of last year. They are up by 160% this year only. Okay, Google, our darling top 7 stocks in the world, right? They are up, but they are a double of S&P 500 by about 15%, which is normal. But then if you think about it, we are not yet even half of the year. They are up about 15% already. Okay, so market can't go up in a straight line. Market has to pull back a little bit in order for us to actually have a healthier market. If the market continue to pump another 15%, 30% just like that, it will be very, very scary actually. And a lot more people will be facing a lot more drawdown after that. Okay, right. So by saying all this AI stock, be truthful to yourself. Please type it in the chat. By looking at the chat, by looking at the news on a daily basis, especially for the past 3 weeks, do you actually feel FOMO when you look at those results? You look at it like, oh, Dell, something that I used when I was like 10 years ago, now actually pumping 20%, 30% per day, right? Intel, last year I look at it already, but then I didn't buy. Now it's up about 400%. MU is up about 10x since middle of last year. I wish I can actually buy earlier. Do you actually feel this kind of thing? If you feel this kind of thing, please type in yes. If you feel neutral, please type in N for me. If you feel neutral, then good for you. This is the way of investing. But even for me, I will have to admit, even for me, I have missed out some of the stocks also, and I feel a little bit of FOMO, especially 2 or 3 weeks ago. I feel like, wow, everything in the market, it is always, anything that you do, it feels very, very bullish, okay? When I actually feel this kind of thing, I actually tell myself, it is time to actually hold more cash, right? Means that if I'm earning money already, I'll take some profit and roll it to other things. Okay, so I've seen someone actually typing neutral. Okay, neutral, good for you. Okay, this is the way of investing, because it might be that you have actually purchased way earlier than everyone else. Now you are just sitting there enjoying. Okay, that's why you feel neutral, right? Right. Then Terry is saying, I wish I held MU in 2024. Okay, this is not Manchester United. If you are holding Manchester United, they are a losing team. Of course, this season they are back into Champions League. Okay, so this is Micron that we are talking about. Okay, so MU, when you entered. Okay, right. So in my opinion, sometimes you just can't hold it all the way, and it is you take profit along the way. That is how we actually invest. Okay, but a lot of times, when the market actually pump up too fast in such a short time, it is actually quite likely that we take more profit than usual. Okay, this is normal, and it is important to be disciplined as it is. Okay, when it is above of your certain portfolio size, it is a good discipline to actually resize the portfolio, no matter the valuation. If you think the valuation is high, and if your portfolio size is more than like maybe 40% of portfolio already for just one single stock, I will also reportfolio it and maybe sell a little bit here and there. Okay, right. So question is, do you think the market is overheated now, or do you think the market is not overheated now? If you think it's overheated, please type in O for me. Okay, please type in O for me for overheated. If you think not overheated, please type in no for me. Okay, right. So with all these numbers, take your time to actually type in. In my opinion, especially for the past 2 weeks and all this, the market is definitely overheated, especially for the AI stocks. Everyone is looking for AI stocks and need the next AI stock to pump. Everyone is thinking about the next AI stock to pump. After Intel, then people talk about Dell, then even people talk about BlackBerry. All these random stocks suddenly come up. This is where this is a ring bell to me. Whenever all these random things suddenly come out, I know something is not right already. And it's about time for them to actually pull back a little bit for you to reset your whole thing. And it's good for you to actually take a little bit of profit here and there. Okay, next up, the market, it is also a little bit overheated because of the SpaceX thing. So now, SpaceX just nice IPO. The timing of SpaceX IPO is in about mid-June, about 12th of June kind of thing, if they don't change the next thing. Okay, and their valuation is about 1.75 trillion. Okay, it will be the largest IPO in the world history. This will be a world record. Once they go on IPO, they will actually get a world record over here. Okay, right. See, that this is a huge problem in my opinion, because SpaceX, when they are valued as such amount, right? Okay, early investor, institutional investor, or those early investor, they cannot. They will be held accountable for 6 months to actually hold the stocks after the IPO, so they can't sell immediately. So it's okay. The thing is, the one that is later offered one that actually buy into this hype, especially when they launch. Okay, this one typically will hold the back for a while. Okay, so typically when something actually launch, especially on IPO, right? First 6 months, the drawdown can go down to typically about 40%. Meaning when they actually value at this level, they will actually draw down about 40% within the 6 months kind of thing. No matter, I'm not sure for how long, but these are typical things, because we typically will be very optimistic in terms of valuation of a certain company when they are going IPO. especially this kind of high-tech stocks and all this thing. Okay, so with this overvaluation, it also will draw away a lot of liquidity in the market. Just think about it. Where does all this money will come from? Okay, most of it will come from you selling these stocks, go into these stocks on the rotation of funds. Okay, the rotation of funds, meaning we are almost done with the AI thing. Okay, for now, for short term wise, and then now we are focusing on the space kind of thing. Okay, with the space kind of thing, then people will actually, start to sell a little bit here and then and start to pump into buying into SpaceX kind of companies. For example, please type in the chat who actually have the which companies that's listed currently has the exposure of SpaceX. If you know, please type in the chat. I will also verbalize as I go along. Okay, so a lot of people are going into this meta. Okay, it's going into this this next trend, meaning whichever company that actually has a stake in SpaceX, they want to buy first. That's why besides the AI pump, the AI company pump, you also see those companies that actually link to space also pump. For example, SPCE. Okay, this SPCE owned by Virgin Atlantic. Okay, so Virgin, they are also a spaceship company. They actually pump together with SpaceX, although they haven't actually achieved a lot, but they also ride together with this this phenomenon. Okay, right. DXYZ. Okay, DXYZ, very good. This is not an ETF, but they are one of the funds that actually typically buy pre-IPO. Okay, so they are one of the things that actually own pre-IPO companies. Some of them, they own quite a substantial amount of SpaceX. Okay, so Amazon is also one of them who actually own SpaceX, Google too, right? So these are the companies that you also know where you can actually still buy them safely. It's just that their valuation, you can also add on to their valuation on the amount of SpaceX that they are holding also. Okay, so some of the big 7 companies, they also hold SpaceX, so it is a no-brainer to just buy them, and it is safe enough to just buy them. Okay, right. Now, the question for today would be, with all these stocks that are going all-time high, hitting all-time high level, despite the war, everyone was fearful just 2-3 months ago, suddenly we hit all-time high. Okay, and during that time, everyone say it's doomsday already, or the war will actually drag on for a long time, and then if you didn't buy it, you are waiting for the market to actually turn green. Only you buy, typically you miss out the market already, because when they actually recovered, they actually recover in just 2-3 days, and the 2-3 days pump is enough to actually pull the market back to their near high level. Okay, especially for those AI stocks, those big 7, and those cybersecurity company. These are the companies that were heavily impacted recently, and they were recently pumped them high to all-time high level kind of thing. Now, what will be the sector that is heavily bashed recently? Okay, in this whole year, there's no positive news in the global news at all. Okay, please type in the chat. What do you think that in this industry that is totally bearish in this current market one? Can you type it in the chat? What is the industry that is totally bearish despite almost everything is going to all-time high level? Okay, sorry, I don't know why YouTube is showing half of my space. I go nearer to the screen. Okay, yeah. Right, so anyone who knows what is the industry level? Okay, software as a service, it has been bashed down quite a bit. For example, like ServiceNow. Okay, ServiceNow is definitely undervalued in my opinion. Okay, in my valuation, they are definitely undervalued. Non-financial advice, right? Yes, a lot of all this software as a company like Workday and ServiceNow and all these things, they are heavily bashed. And please choose the best software service to actually buy in if you are looking into buying those undervalued company on all this. Okay, right. What I want to talk about is actually not all this. It's not about stocks. Okay, it is about digital asset. Okay, right. So I invested in both stocks and digital assets as well. right? So my portfolio is typically balanced between these both. And typically when I earn in one place, I will actually rotate my money into other places that is undervalued as well. Okay, right. So in crypto terms, okay, we are definitely we are in the very very bearish situation. Okay, if fear and greed index for the whole year, I have never seen them go above this yellow bar one. Okay, especially recently, although recently they went up to this close to yellow bar, but then now they are again back to this fear index. Okay, right. So if you think that Bitcoin has the potential to go higher from this place and it is here to stay and it will be a very, very strong asset in the future, please type in B for me. If you think that Bitcoin will never be part of your investment vehicle, please type in no for me. Yes or no? Yeah, I want to see one no. If you think it's no, please type in no for me. Okay. Right. So look at this. These are all the data that you are having. Okay. These are all the data that you are having. Okay. Right. So when everyone is talking about those things, right, like AI stocks, all this AI mania and Micron and all this thing, people has been preparing since end of 2024. Like just now, someone actually mentioned he actually bought it in 2024, before the start of all this chip thing. Okay, the semiconductor thing. Okay, they know about this thing, they know about the market, they actually started buying. Okay, a lot of times, do you make more money buying on the near low, or you are making money buying at the near high level? Near low or near high level will be the way that you are making low or high, typically. Just think about when do you buy your semiconductor. You will wish that you buy it at the low because you will be thinking, ah, yeah, if given me another chance, I will definitely buy it low. Okay, I will definitely buy it low. If I can go back 2 years later, 2 years ago, I will definitely go all in on MU. Okay, not Man United. Okay, Micron, because I will 10x in less than 2 years kind of thing. Okay, and then I will just put in 100K, I earn 1 million. I put in 1 million, I earn 10 million kind of thing. It is no brainer if you can actually go back. The thing is, if we believe in a certain asset class, okay, we know that they are so good, and we know that when we look at the news, we will feel FOMO. Okay, it is all about emotions. It is all about emotions. There are happiness, fear, sadness, anger, or surprises, and all these things. And these are the emotions that we feel in the market consistently, especially when you are buying without having a good risk management portfolio. You will ride a roller coaster. Okay, you'll be like, oh, okay. Well, today I'm very, very happy because my Amazon, I bought it at the low during the war. It is up about 20-30%. I'm just done for this year already. I'm so happy. Okay, the next day, you look at your service now. Oh no, it is down by 30% this year. Yeah, I wish that I actually sell it earlier when they are high. They were high and all these things. Okay, these are all emotions, and if they all of these things keep you awake at night, it means that your risk management level is not done right. Okay, it means that your risk management level is not done right. Okay, right. So in this case, typically you will need to review your portfolio, maybe looking at the portfolio a little bit here and there. Just a quick one, maybe just look at it. How many stocks are you holding? Is some of the stocks actually holding way more percentage than what you are comfortable of? Maybe trim down a little bit. These are all human emotions, and we are human. We have emotions. It is just how do we risk manage ourselves so that we can live to trade or invest another day. Okay, right. So the next thing that I want to share with you is that we know that Bitcoin, or most of you actually think that Bitcoin is here to stay, and they have a potential to actually go higher, right? As of current, we are definitely on a 4-year cycle, and we are on a 4-year cycle the new cycle of the first year of the new cycle. Okay, typically on the first year of the new cycle, we will hit the bear market for the whole year. Okay, it started at end of last quarter, and it will go one full year, and we are almost the end until Q4 this year, if the cycle actually repeats itself. And that cycle is actually very, very similar to the previous cycle. Okay, by looking at Bitcoin in itself, only Bitcoin that I'm talking about now, later or I'll talk about other coins, only on Bitcoin, you will know that, hey, actually from here, you will see that very, very similar. June, from the previous two cycle, they actually come down on the current market. Okay, they actually come down on the current market. Okay, look at this chart. Right, this is when I actually told this snapshot 71K. It is actually lower already, about 62K kind of thing. Okay, so it actually came down already. However, if you look at this place over here in June, okay, in June, if you look at this place in June, right, in June 2022, besides the arrow, you will see that actually the things actually, wait, let me reshare my screen. So because you can't really see my arrow. Hold on. Okay, right. So over here, the arrow here, right, you can see that they actually come down they will actually have another room, another leg to be lower. Okay, right. You can look at 2018, even bigger leg going lower. So typically, this low will come in around October of that particular year. Okay, will come in October of that particular year, right? So we are about 3 months time in this channel. Then we'll hit a low if the cycle actually repeats itself. So for those who actually have Bitcoin already, I think it is time for you to, for me, non-financial advice again, I have been adding since they actually break past 67. Okay, 67 or 69 level, this is a range that I actually start buying. And if they actually go lower, I will actually pump in more money to actually buy in, because I believe that the low is nearing is in the final 3 months already. Okay, so I will not be able to time the low because I do not know when is the low. It might even go lower, or it might just hover around this level. Okay, but in my opinion, I just don't want to time the low. I will just buy along the way, buy consistently for the next 3 months, and I'll ride it for the next 2 to 3 months, kind of 2 to 3 years kind of thing. Okay, buy one whole year, I'll actually buy just 3 months and then enjoy the ride for the next 2 to 3 years. And I will definitely sell it, and then the cycle actually repeats. And we know that this is Benjamin Cohen. He actually shared that this one is the Q4 2017 at the high, and then the low at the Q4 2018. Okay, so if you look at this chart, we are at the high Q4 2025 around October level, and now we are around, if we actually follow this chart, we are coming down to a low of Q4. But this low, you might catch it, you might not catch it. So if you think that, oh, I will catch it in October, or I'll catch it in December, you might not know. But typically, if the 4-year cycle is a full 4-year cycle, the end will come around October. Okay, the end will come around October. But when it comes, right, typically you will not be able to buy in already on. Okay, because you see them, and then they will actually return, they will actually bounce it already. Then by the time you can't actually allocate enough, because you will be even more fearful to actually buy in. The easiest way is, if you think that Nvidia is a good company, you typically just buy in as they go lower. We call it dollar cost averaging. Similarly, if you think that Bitcoin is a good thing that you want to hold and is one of the asset class that you are holding, if it's just one cryptocurrency that you are holding, it is only Bitcoin, then this is the asset that you should start looking at for the next 3 months starting from now. Okay, this is exactly what am I doing, and that's why I want to quickly come to you in June to October. There are 3 to 4 months timing for you to actually accumulate in this current level. Okay, remember to portfolio size and do not go over leverage on certain things. Okay, you will live another day. Trust me, you will live another day to trade or invest, even if the market has actually pumped higher than what you are expecting to buy. There is always an opportunity in the market, but when the opportunity comes, remember to grab it. Okay, next. Now, please type in Z for me. Z for MVRV Z score. This is market value uh, ratio to the realized value. Okay, right. Please type in Z for me, representing MVRV Z score. If you look at this thing, a lot of time, right, we talk about things without data. So now I want to share with you, just like how you analyze a certain stock analysis, you look at their financial reports, you look at their trending, look at their revenue, look at their net revenue, look at whether they are earning money or not. Okay, how much debt are they having and all this thing. Right. So MVRV Z score is the thing that up until now, it has a 100% winning rate whenever you buy at a low. Okay. And if you look at this chart over here, right? I think my face is blocking. Sorry, I mean, can you help me to put my face on top the corner there? Right. So if you look at actually it's in the right corner here. Right, let me just unshare my screen. Wait, I need to share you this screen. Okay. Yeah, still blocking. Okay, never mind. Right. Okay, so just remember, yeah. Anyway, it is at the corner here. Basically, if you can go to this score over here, it is actually in the green zone already. Okay, it is actually in the green zone already. Typically, when they are in the green zone, they will not last too long because they will typically hold there about 3 to 4 months kind of thing, and they just started to enter. And if you actually consistently buy it here and sell it at 2 or 3, you'll be earning good enough funds to actually buy it already. Okay, let me explain a little bit what am I talking here, right? So remember, last time Bitcoin actually went all the way to 120 or 118 kind of level. Okay, trust me, if you are into or look into the news, you will be wishing that you buy it when it's 20K. Okay, because the low was in 20K. Now, the low currently is hovering about 60 to 63 to 65K kind of level. Okay, the thing is, how low can it go? Honestly, we do not know. But typically, if you ask me, there's a range. I think worst case about 50K level. If not, I think we are around this level already. Okay, what I'm thinking is the market will hit maybe 60K low kind of thing, and then they'll bounce a little bit, and then they will come back down a little bit, or to this level around September, October kind of level. So there might not be a lot of chance for you to be in this green zone also, right? But when you have the chance to be in this green zone, please take it as an opportunity for you to actually do it. Okay, because if you miss cycle to cycle, you can see that the peak of the cycle to cycle will typically go lower and lower. Okay, meaning last year, the last cycle, the low was at 20K. Okay, and then it went all the way to about 120K. It's easily about 600% in two years kind of thing. Not too bad. Okay, previous cycle it went up to a few thousand%. Okay, and then maybe the next cycle can only go up to 300%. We do not know. Okay, because 60K, if you buy it, go to 120K, which is the all-time high level, it is 100% up only. Okay, for them to go another 100% up, you maybe need to go to 180K, which is a 200% up, and then you will need to 120K, yeah. So then you will need to see whether the chance for you to actually go higher is it there. In my opinion, because this is like a digital gold, there's a chance for them to actually go higher. Okay, there's a chance for them to go higher. So anytime when there's in the green zone, it is a screaming buy, especially according to MVRVZ scores record. This is a 100% winning record. Please type in 100 for me. Okay, this is a 100% winning record. You can track all the way towards the previous cycle and all this thing. Only for Bitcoin, MVRVZ score is 100% winning record. Yeah. Okay, right. So there's a lot of human psychology here, right? So a lot of times for different kind of asset or whatever kind of asset, you will be seeing people talking about it. Ah, yeah, why didn't I buy it? Why didn't I buy Bitcoin at 60K? Now it's at 120K, right? Right. So when the Bitcoin actually came down to 65K, 60K, or even 50K, you'll be like saying that, ha ha ha, shame on those who actually bought it at shame on those who actually bought it at 100K. Now they might be down by 40%. Or shame on those who actually didn't sell at 120K. You do not know that those who are actually holding, right? Maybe they are actually holding at since 20K kind of thing, or maybe 10K kind of thing. Okay, for good assets like or good companies, right? Typically, if you do not need the cash or you actually have clean or good generation of cash, you typically just hold a good company until it is massive overvalue or massive over of your portfolio size. Only you typically resize it. Okay. And this is typically the way of that I invest, because you just need more fresh funds for you to actually accumulate more and more. You know that on average, you will have quite low of your entry price already. One. Okay, right. So this is human psychology, very similar to whatever that you're seeing in current semiconductor market. Okay, you can use this in the semiconductor market in itself also. In Amazon, simple already, right? Amazon just like 1 or 2 months ago, it was actually at a massive discount. No one talked about them. No, everyone thinks that they are dead, man. Seriously. And then when the Amazon pump in just 1 week, right? And everyone, oh right, I wish I can buy it way earlier. Google, remember during ChatGPT time, people talk about Google like Google is doomsday, man. They are like the Nokia of technology during that time. Okay, because people think that ChatGPT is the king. But if you bought it at time when it was at the low for a good 6 months to 1 year, you'll be laughing your ass off when mind my language, right? You'll be laughing to the bank and looking at your Google account. You'll be crying tears of joy, man. Okay, this is the thing that when you have enough conviction and when things are presenting to you in front of you, you need to take action. Okay, right now the question that a lot of people ask is that, hey, you see the stock market all-time high, everything that I buy also all-time high. You buy anything, close eyes also easily 10, 20%, if not 100%, or 50% if you're lucky. Honestly, right, past 2, 3 weeks, I just simply buy anything, but I was having a very strict take profit level. Okay, like I bought SPC, Virgin Galactic. I know that it will definitely pump together with SpaceX one, but I actually traded in my one of my portfolio. Right, I actually traded and I earned 50% in just a short 1 week kind of thing. Okay, it is just crazy money kind of thing. But if you have a discipline to actually do this, you can actually do this. If you do not have discipline to do this, you will actually buy it and look at it to pump and then dump. On you are the exit liquidity for everyone else. Okay, so the question is always, is it true that the stocks and crypto has decoupled? Everyone says that, oh, last time S&P 500 go higher, Bitcoin also will go higher. S&P drop, Bitcoin also drop together. But if you notice this year or since the end of last year, when the market goes higher, Bitcoin go lower. When the market goes even higher, Bitcoin goes even lower. Okay, especially when Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is going towards the 4-year cycle, they're respecting their own 4-year cycle kind of thing. Okay, right. So if you look at it, let me just show you the market performance. We know the ETF and AI stock performance. Now, let's look at the Bitcoins or cryptocurrency performance over here. Right. In crypto, you can see that Bitcoin is down year to date. YTD is year to date, close to 30%. Okay. IBIT close to 30%. This is Bitcoin ETF run by BlackRock. Okay. Coinbase, which is one of the strongest in top exchanges in cryptocurrency, listed also down about close to 30%. Basically similar to whatever Bitcoin is doing, they are down by a little bit higher in terms of percentage because of how high volatility they are. Okay, then everyone will be thinking, oh, okay, crypto doomsday already. What do I do? Okay, right. If luck, then for those who actually didn't have cryptocurrency, right, they'll be like, see, I told you so. I tell you don't buy already. You all buy. Now you're down and all these things. Okay, everything is about risk management, and if you do not know about risk management, means that you do not sell when things that you shouldn't hold needs to be sold. Okay, I typically only hold Bitcoin for the longest time. Okay, I still sell a little bit here and there to cash out so that I can cash out my initial fund, because typically I buy very very heavily during bear market and I sell as I go along to actually take back my initial capital, so that I let the remaining run, and I do this cycle to cycle, and I'm disciplined about it. What I want is actually just to take away my capital. So if this crypto down by 30%, technically my portfolio also down by 30% for crypto itself. Okay, but I don't care, because I've actually put the funds into another sector. Let's say in traditional stock market already. Okay, these are things that I typically run around with my funds and all these things. Okay, right. So then the question is there really a doomsday in just cryptocurrency? Is there nothing that actually link together with the market? We are in the biggest bull run for AI in human technology or human history in terms of technology era. Okay, for sure there are things that are linked to AI or semicons or kind of thing for the coins. Okay, so that's definitely yes. Hype. Okay, this is not AI coin per se. Okay, but they are linked to strong fundamental coins, meaning they buy back their coins despite them earning a lot of money. They just still buy back a lot. Okay, hype is a given. Okay, is a given, and we have been talking about hype whenever you see us. Okay, so hype is a bit gone case already. Okay, meaning if you didn't buy, you can buy a little bit, because there's still a potential to actually go higher if they actually pull back a little bit more. Okay, right? Because the risk is slightly higher than previous time already, but I think that there's still some upside. But when things are too easy, right? Let's not talk about it anymore. Okay, let's not talk about it anymore. Now there are things like AI coins, like Near or Render. These are things that actually went up. These are AI coins that actually went up 41% and close to 30% when the other cryptos is actually coming down. Okay, I am very, very particular on the coins that I purchase or pick during bear market, especially for a 4-year cycle. I will rather hold my cash and do nothing than actually buy into this cryptocurrency. So I'm very particular. Whenever I look into one, I need to research it very, very deeply in order for me to actually put in the money. No matter it's 100, 500, 5,000, 50,000, I don't care. Even for 100, I will need to make sure that in the bear market, I don't want to lose money or lose too much money. I would rather buy it into Bitcoin and DCA in than to buy into a random coin and lose money there. Okay, so I'm very, very particular, and there's still some very, very strong AI coins in the market that actually make money. Okay, right. So next up, then your question is, besides Bitcoin, that is the obvious case that is undervalued currently, what do I look into next thing? Okay, what do I look into next thing? It is real world asset times cryptocurrency synchronization. Okay, so please type in RWA for me. RWA standing for real world asset, meaning if the cryptocurrency that you are looking into, it must be linked to the use case of the real world, meaning our day-to-day life must be linked to that thing in order for me to actually convince that this is not a scam. Okay, because a lot of people can do a very fantastic presentation, can do a very fantastic white paper, and this means nothing if you do not execute well. Okay, I would rather miss it upfront and to understand what are you really executing. Am I really testing it to the real world? Meaning, if they are linked to our credit cards and all these things, then these are actually linked directly to use case already. Okay, right. So in the real world, we can see that Stripe, Visa, MasterCard, these three payment master, right? They actually think that the cryptocurrency is still here to stay. The stable coin is here to stay. They are linked to the stable coin, meaning the USDT, the USDC, and they are also building their own stable coin for their benefit, of course, meaning they want to fight with the USDT and USDC market. Okay, right? Whether they can win, I do not know. But this is the good thing. Competition is good. Okay, competition is very good because when you have competition, it means that people are using it in the real world already. Technology will prove that which one will be the best. For example, competition during 1997, where you see Amazon coming out, Google coming out, all these other companies also coming out. But 20 or 30 years later, if you look at it, there's only Amazon, Google, and these are the companies that we have been talking about for the past 30 years, and it's still there. This will be proven that all these things will stay with time. Okay, of course, with that, you need to find those companies that is linked to all these things, and if they are really working towards these companies. Okay, sidetrack a little bit. If you look at this Visa and Master, they are actually pretty undervalued if you ask me. Okay, pretty undervalued, non-financial advice also, right? So if you want to rotate a little bit into all this, they are pretty undervalued in my opinion. They are strong companies as well. I have friends working in Masters telling me that, oh, actually the company is doing so well. They are capturing the market on the high. If you just check on their financial reports, they are also very, very, very strong. Right. Okay, it's just a little bit alpha here and there, right? So it proves that, right, we do not just need to invest in a particular asset. We can invest in traditional market. We can also be well versed into opportunity in digital asset because these are things that it is something that we cannot uh, avoid already. For example, learning AI, especially learning applied AI or vibe coding, it is something that it is unavoidable already. Okay, just like you using smartphone, it is unavoidable 10, 20 years ago. Learning AI, it is unavoidable already, especially applied AI and vibe coding. Similarly to digital asset kind of thing. This is something that if you miss, there are so much money that you put it on the table kind of thing. Okay, and it is safe to do it if you know, if you just buy on a certain, if you just select a very selective assets to actually purchase in. Okay, right. So the things besides real world asset, what I'm looking at is tokenization of traditional assets. Okay, so tokenization of traditional assets means that for now, we can only trade stocks whenever the market is open, right? They open at 9:30, they close at 4 o'clock, or they open at 10:30, they close at 9:30 to 3 or 9:30 to 4, around there. So they are basically the market open time. Okay, tokenization of traditional assets. Okay, it means that we can actually trade the particular asset for 24 hours, no matter we are on a weekdays, weekend, holiday, not holiday, we can actually trade it like cryptocurrency. Okay, more and more exchanges, they will be forced to actually come into this direction already. Okay, because we have Autobots, we have AI helping us to do certain things. We do not need to look at the market 24/7. So tokenization, it is a given. Believe me or not, right? It is a given that AI bots will be trading 24/7. That's why it is easier for things to be on 24/7 kind of thing. As a start, there are two main exchanges that are doing this already. Number one is Binance, which is centralized exchange. Number two is Hyperliquid that we talk about, Hype. Okay, so Binance, so Hyperliquid, we know that they are good. Okay, just buy it whenever they are on the support level. This will be the things that I will DCA in as well, because this is also, they are also launching their own ETF. Okay, they are so strong that they are aiming for potential ETF already, and there are a lot of institutional coming into this one. Yeah, I don't talk about a lot of asset class, a lot of cryptocurrency, because a lot of times they are just random and they are just empty. They don't have any real things that are happening. Okay, but for Hyperliquid in itself, right? They are actually very, very strong because they are actually doing the real thing, and they actually fund it back to certain things. But take note, Hyperliquid, maybe if you haven't bought it or you have bought it already, take a little bit profit. I would think that in the near term, they will be token releasing or the token unlock. Okay, so if you want to take a little bit of profit, you can actually go ahead and take a little bit of profit. And I think that the token unlock will actually pull back the price a little bit, and that's where you actually get in at the support level kind of thing. Okay, the thing that it is cheap now it is the Binance exchange in the form of BNB USDT. Okay, so Binance native coin is BNB. This I mean BNB for me, and I think that BNB it is quite undervalued as of current. Non-financial advice, but this BNB with the tokenization means right, people will be throwing funds into this exchange to actually do things. All right. Although the liquidity might be low as at first, but if they are the first mover, when they are the first mover, right, they have the first mover advantage, meaning they are way earlier than everyone else. And when you are in cryptocurrency already, then you'll be like, a lot of times, right, you'll be thinking, if only this traditional market or can trade cryptocurrency. Similarly, a lot of times in cryptocurrency, you'll be asking, oh, if only I can buy S&P 500, I can buy other coins, other stocks in the form of digital asset also, so that I don't need to transfer my fund here and there, because every time you transfer, you have a little bit of fee. Okay, so now with Binance being the largest exchange in the world, they are doing it to capture market share also. Okay, so not sure whether they'll win or not, but with all these transactions, it means that BNB will earn a lot of fees, platform fees from there. Similarly to your IBKR, your Robinhood, and these are the things that they are doing also as well. Okay, so with that, BNB when actually the market actually done selling, I think they will be pumping up very very heavily together with Hyperliquid and Bitcoin. This is my top 3 coins that I'm currently looking at adding on for the next 3 to 4 months kind of thing. Okay, non-financial advice, these are things that I'm doing. If you think that they are good, and I think that BNB, if we just go to their chart, you can know that BNB is actually pretty undervalued as of current. Okay, they come down pretty significantly and haven't been going up. They are actually hovering at the support level kind of thing. Okay? Right. So even if they actually go lower, then I will find another support level to actually enter. But for now, you can see that it tests 3 times support level already. Okay, so if they can hold, then they can hold. But to me, I am buying in a range, so I don't want to time it too long, too far, I don't want to time it too much, kind of thing. Okay, right. So let me go back to my slide. Okay, next one. AI related coins that I think there's some potential. This one, if you have a portfolio of 100%, I will put maybe just 5% or lower into this coin. Okay, because in a bear market, I do not buy too much of the alternate coins. I only buy potentially good coin that I don't want to miss too much. Okay, and I'll be very, very, very selective on the coins. And I think that near and render will be something that you can actually look at. Okay, please type in 5% or lesser in the chat. Okay, remember, manage your portfolio size is the main thing that you are doing here. Okay, if anything, for digital asset, Bitcoin should take 50% or more of your portfolio, because it is the safest, it is the largest in the market in terms of market cap, and it is the digital gold. And I think it is also quite undervalued, especially when you are in a bear market, right? The first thing to drop will be Bitcoin, but then the alternate coins will drop even more than the Bitcoin, and first thing to pump will be also the Bitcoin whenever the market recovers. Until then, only we find other coins. But for now, if there is some AI coin that I think that is good, will be these 2 coins in terms of near and render. Okay, right. So you can actually look into them and buy and purchase them. Non-financial advice, buy them at support level kind of thing. Okay, so do you think whatever that I'm sharing today is good value? Okay, do you think whatever that I'm sharing today is good value? If you want more of what I'm sharing or what we are sharing today, please type in M for me. M representing more. Let me drink some tea first. Okay, if you think you want more, please type in M for me. Okay, good. Right. So a lot of times, right, when we do certain things, especially investing, right? Okay, we need to be very, very, very selective of our coins, okay, or our stocks. We cannot randomly just go in, because in a bull market, every single thing looks like they are a buy for you or for us. Okay. For the past 3 weeks, every single thing in, especially if they are linked to AI or space, right? You will know that, oh, this one every day the news tell me is a buy, 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 buy. Then you look into them, it's like, oh, yo, this one didn't move for the past 20 years. Then suddenly they move like send this like that. Okay, send this move up, don't know how many 1,000%. And then these are things that typically, if you buy at the wrong timing, you'll be holding the bag for the longest time, and you might not see the light of it also, because you might be selling away already. Okay, so it is very, very, very important to be very, very selective of strong fundamental coins. And when you are sort of finding those low level kind of coins already, I mean that they are almost kind of at a range of low level but strong fundamental coins. These are things that you deploy your unused mullah, right? Your unused mullah should be deployed according to your strategy already, especially when they are found as undervalued. Okay, be very, very selective when the market is at the very, very bearish situation. Similarly, be very, very selective when the market is at a very bullish situation, because at a very, very bullish situation, you will be holding the bag if you don't buy it properly. Okay, and if you are in a bear market, you go randomly, you go on leverage, too much of leverage, you will bustle your own account, and that's where when people are back into a bull market, reaping the rewards and all these things, you will be there telling yourself, if only I manage my risk properly. Okay, because besides using leverage, and if you don't know how to manage your leverage, it will be a huge double-edged sword. Second thing, a lot of times bear market looks cheap. Everything looks cheap for you. You buy, 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 buy. Then when you look at it, without knowing, you have 30 coins in your account already, or 30 stocks in your account. Everything looks cheap, and cheap can go cheaper. The thing is, which one is the best among all these 30? You don't know. Then whenever they go up, you don't know which one to cut or which one to take profit. Or some of them are lagging indicator. Maybe you sell early. So a lot of times, right, I always tell myself, I have 10 stocks, 10 coins maximum, but typically I hold it around 5 to 8 coins so that I can manage properly. And also I hold 10 to 15 stocks so that I can also manage through fundamental analysis kind of thing. This is where, when you manage it properly with strategy, right, and the remaining will be trading on it. Meaning I set my take profit level, I set a stop loss level. If I win, then I win. If I lose, then I lose. I always portfolio size. There's a certain percentage of my portfolio is doing that. Okay, right. So next up, whatever that I'm sharing today, we will be sharing the next part of things in terms of strategies on what we are using to select good coins or to trade on good coins kind of things, right? And then if you want to learn more, we will be having another session tomorrow. Please scan the QR code, or I mean, if you can, please help me to actually share the link, right? You can actually register this one, and the session will be tomorrow 8 p.m. as well. If you cannot make it tomorrow, don't worry, just sign up first, and we will also find other times to actually share with you if there is an opportunity to actually share with you. Okay, right. So if you would like to register, just scan the QR code or just click on the link, right? So if you like whatever I'm sharing today, please type in L for me so that I know that you actually like whatever I'm sharing today. Okay. If you would think that something that you want to learn more and all these things, please also type in the chat so that I can prepare, or we can prepare what to share with you guys on the next term of things. Okay, right. I hope whatever that we are sharing today bring certainty, or a little bit of certainty in your investment journey. Okay, right. So if you are a avid investor, you are a long-term investor already, please just stay calm in this market. You know the market will always be up and down and all these things. Just risk manage your portfolio a little bit. If you think that you can't sleep well, it means that you have over allocated your cash, and you might need to look into your portfolio and resize your portfolio a little bit. For those that are very, very beginner, this is a very, very good opportunity to find the low, especially those. There's always an opportunity in a bull market. Okay, there's always an opportunity in the bull market. So always find the opportunity and make use of the opportunity so that you can actually kickstart your journey. Okay, the worst thing that you can do is follow the trend and buy at the highest. Whenever someone is telling you that, oh, I want so much money from this is something that you need to step back a little bit. Ask yourself, is there anything that is better or there's undervalue in the current situation that I should be buying? Is not I want to buy one. Okay, I should be buying, but I don't want to buy because it looks like a low value current company or coins currently. Okay, I wanted to buy 6 months ago, but now it's cheaper. I don't want to buy. If you feel this kind of thing, right, please look into it and have a watch list about all this that is actually at the low. Please go ahead and actually have a plan and start DCAing. Do not go all in at once because it might go higher, it might go lower. So always have an average prices of certain things. So start off with that, learn more, study more, and remember, AI is a learning process. You have to learn your AI along the way, kind of thing. Okay, it is very important for you actually to learn AI. Wow, until towards the end, only I can see myself on the chat. Okay, good. Right. So thank you very much for having me today. This is my final slide already. So if you like to learn more, please scan the QR code. We will be sharing more things in the near future, if it's not tomorrow, kind of thing. Okay. So yes, thank you very much for having me. Hope you learned something today.